What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. We are back in Orlando, back at Geeks and Gamers headquarters, back from the Las Vegas Geeks and Gamers Nerdrotic Friday Night Tights meetup. It was a hell of a week. It was a hell of a week. We were busy as fuck. I didn't sleep very much. I ate like shit. I drank a lot. I would say too much, but I don't know if that's really possible. Yet here we are, right back at it for another Sunday stream. What was it? Did I fly out on Tuesday? Is that when I flew out? So I did this stream last Sunday. We did our normal Monday shit. I flew out Tuesday. I flew back and got in this morning and came back for the Sports Wars stream. But that's how we roll. I sure as hell wasn't going to miss one of these. So I'm glad we're back and I'm glad we're ready to roll. Listen, I've been told this multiple times by all you guys in the chat. Some people aren't even in the chat. I need to fucking fix my background. I know. It's been long enough. I've been in this place long enough. I've been lazy long enough. I'm going to have some changes coming to this background, to this pathetic fucking background I have, okay? It's not great. I admit that. But I'm going to change it. I'm going to make my background great again. It's going to happen. Maybe not as great as my other one. Because to be honest with you, it was, I think my last background, it was underrated to me because I underrated it. I didn't realize how much people would miss it. I didn't realize how fucking awesome it was until it was gone and people started bitching at me about it. So I do need to bring it back. You never think of the background, honestly. See, there's green-haired anti-liberal. I miss the old one. Exactly. The only time that I feel like I really care about is on streams. But now I'm streaming a lot. These fucking Geeks and Gamers daily streams. Now I'm always on there. My background's always on there. When I'm just doing standalone video, it ain't that big of a deal, to be honest with you. When I do them from, my place or my other place, I also have a shitty background. It's not that big a deal. Here, live streaming, it matters. It really does matter. So we'll get that fixed. Don't worry. Hashtag justice for background. Hashtag gay no more. Thank you. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. It's been years. You don't remember? It hasn't been years, Paul. It's been months. All right. Let's get that right. It's been months. Get the hair going. All right. There we go. Let me scroll up. Let's say hi to some of these peeps. Mike McGinnis is here. Nick Napoli says the thing drinks Bud Light. Maybe it drinks Cosmos now, based on these rumors. We're going to go over this ridiculous Mila Kunis rumor. All right. We're going to go over it because it's insane. Brandon McCann, all the Peter Pan ads. So yeah, all the Peter Pan ads. Gary's Wizard Beard is here. Slade Lawton, Marco. What do we have here? Jacob is here. All these people. There's all the same ones. Green-haired anti-liberal, Alex McCarthy, Joe Bob Purdue, Caravan Yam, Addie. Freedom is our birthright. Says glad to be part of the 19, or actually says Gail. Gail to the 199. Yes, Gail the 199. I think you mean Hale. So I'll auto-correct that for you. Paul Schlacht, Addie Ferd Turgeson, Alec Baldwin's finger says Layden Dan Vask. Well, if man buns are gay, I don't know about Dan. Who else? We have, did I see Selena in the chat? I think I saw Selena in the chat earlier. I see Rector Angus, Peter Knight, Joel Carver, TD. A lot of 199s. A lot of 199s in the house. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. And I see Tiffany Allen there. I see Luke Voss. I see Sarah Tano. Yes, there's Selena Redwine. That's right. I see Wyatt Earp, Piddly Widley, Hugo, Z Highness, TJ Gray. Look at that. Everybody's got the 199. And shout out to everybody in the chat. I wish I could say everybody, but we got 635 people watching. We've only been live for a couple minutes. So smash the like button. Get this stream out there so everybody can come in and take part in what we're about to talk about. Because we do have some good news. Super Mario Brothers passes $1 billion at the box office. That is billion with a motherfucking B. All right. So it was only a matter of time. But when you look at how this movie is doing, especially domestically compared to, I don't know, something like Frozen, we're going to get into it because it's insane how well it's doing. It already has made more domestically than Frozen made its entire run. In Frozen, other than the fucking asterisk of Frozen 2, other than the asterisk of the Lion King dog shit animated remake, which that was like live action CGI, but it counts as animated, if that makes sense. Other than that, it's the biggest animated movie of all time. So obviously, Mario would love to do something about that. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we shall see. I see Nomi is in the chat. What's up, Nomi? I see Jay-Z. I see Lit Heck Lou, Hamdinger, Jen Myers. Marco says, Odin, eat the pizza. Oh, yeah. Odin's going to eat a lot of fucking pizza. That's a great. I see Nadia in the house too. It's always great seeing people at the meetups. I'm not gonna lie. It's really cool, especially people when you start to see them multiple times and multiple different ones, whether it's Orlando, Vegas, Dallas, Houston, Boston, like whatever it may be. When you start to see people multiple times, people that travel, people that make an entire vacation out of it, it's humbling as fuck. So it's really cool to see that stuff time and time again at these. This Vegas meetup, by far the most crowded one we've had at Vegas, like not even close. It was massive. So we got to figure out, we've already got plans for what we're going to do next year. Okay. We've already got plans for that. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Where's Bree? I don't know. Oh, it's still in my bag. I have not unpacked that bag yet. Still in my bag, along with my Pharaoh hat. Actually, I don't have the Pharaoh hat for the stream today because I meant to bring it to the meetup and I forgot because I'm a dumb fuck. That's all right. These things happen. These things happen. Let's catch some of these super chats because, like I said, we got to talk about Mario. We got to talk about The Witcher getting fucking annihilated. If only someone had told Netflix, if only people had warned Netflix that if you force Henry Cavill out, if you go against the lore, if you give the fans exactly the opposite of what they want, it's probably not going to end well for you. And Netflix decided to double down. They decided to drive Henry Cavill away. And now they have destroyed themselves completely. So shout out to The Witcher show on Netflix. Peter Pan and Wendy is an abomination. It's getting fucking wrecked by the audience. 20% audience score as we speak right now. We're going to talk about that Disney disaster. This Marvel rumor, and it is a rumor, and I think it's bullshit, to be honest with you. But the fact that it's getting so much legs and so much attention, the fact that people take it seriously, that people are actually wondering if this is real, if Mila Kunis has actually been cast as, like, if she's in the running for the Thing, the fact that people are even considering this as an option just shows you the state of Disney, Marvel, of the MCU, of the MCU. The fact that anyone would hear a headline like that and be like, you know what? I could see them doing that tells you the state of Marvel. Holy shit. Holy shit. But anyway, Jake the Movie Geek for $4.99. I'll have to catch the stream later. I'm seeing Return of the Jedi in theaters. Dude, that's awesome. Listen, I've seen a lot of people, I've seen a lot of discussion surrounding, hey, Return of the Jedi's in theaters. That's something that would give Disney money. Should I go to that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm never going to tell anybody what you should do with your money. I know that there are some people who never had an opportunity to see Return of the Jedi in theaters that want to go and see that. And I'm not going to sit there and bash them if they do. Obviously, it did pretty well this weekend. It did pretty well considering the limited number of theaters that it was actually in. Should we take a look at this? Jedi, the numbers. Let's actually take a look. Let's pull this up. It was in the top 5. It made almost $5 million. And considering the fact that it was only at 475 theaters, made nearly 10 grand per theater, which is on par with Super Mario Brothers. You know what I mean? Like, people went out to see Return of the Jedi. It's almost like people actually want to see George Lucas's Star Wars again. It's almost like people are hungry for that feeling, for real Star Wars, instead of, the garbage that's being peddled out there by modern day Disney Lucasfilm. So I know there's some arguments going on over this. To me, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. And if you want to go see it, if you've never seen it in theaters before and want that experience, I'm not going to sit there and bash you. That tells them that that's what people want. Is Disney going to listen? No. Is Lucasfilm going to listen? No. We fucking know that. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that never got to see that. Maybe want to take their kids out to see Return of the Jedi on the big screen. So there you have it. So shout out to you, Jake the Movie Geek. Kenneth LaRoque. Kenneth LaRoque, member for 8 months, says, hey, all. What's up, Kenneth? Ewoks are better than Rey. Yeah. Yeah, I saw I saw the special editions when they came out in the theaters back in the, the late 90s or whatever. Leading up to the prequels. But yeah, I mean, to my knowledge, is the only time I would have been able to see them in the theaters, unless they did another limited release at some time between then and now. They could have, I guess, but I don't know. As is Wonky Eyebrow for 2. Nice to grab a Sunday stream. Been a while. Hail. Hail as is Wonky Eyebrow. Ryan Miller for £4.99 So I think more than $5. Did you hear about the BBC reporter got absolutely destroyed by Elon Musk, and you want to talk about it for a bit during the stream? That happened like a week or two ago. I think we talked about it a little bit on one of our political streams that we did, which I really need to start paying more attention to that channel. It's hard. It's fucking hard for me right now with as much as I've got going on. But I probably won't talk about it this stream. It's a little bit old news, but I do think we talked about that. And yeah, it was glorious to see this BBC reporter that came in with no facts, no evidence, no nothing, just trying to say that hate speech is on the rise. I've seen it. And then Elon asked for one single example, and he couldn't fucking name one. Elon wrecked that dude. So it was great. Gary's Wizard Beard, member for 2 months, says, thanks for the meetup live stream. For those of us outside the USA not able to go, much love to the G&G crew. Yeah, the Geeks and Gamers crew did a great job on that live stream. I wanted to live stream a little bit. I really just didn't have an opportunity to. I was so busy. And at the meetup, I was probably there for 5 or 6 hours, to be honest with you, just shaking hands and talking to people and meeting folks and doing that. And I thought I wanted to stream at some point, but I just never had an opportunity where I felt like I could step away. So I just kept the thing. I just kept rocking and rolling and talking to people. So I hope that I got to meet everybody that wanted to talk to me. But yeah. I see blame the controllers up in here. I remember seeing Attack of the Clones on my first weekend pass after basic training during AIT. Yeah, I mean, you were in basic a long time ago. I was in middle school when Attack of the Clones came out. The perfect age to be obsessed with Padme Amidala, okay? And I guess I could have come out in high school and been the exact same way. But yes, Attack of the Clones, 2002. That would have been probably like 7th grade for me or something. Revenge of the Sith came out in 2005, which I think would have been my the start of my the end of my sophomore year, start of my junior year, right around there. I guess it came out probably in May though, so end of my sophomore year, I guess. I think Stacy S for $4.99. Did you get your luggage in Vegas? I did, Stacy. You guys know this is the rule for me. If something can go wrong, it probably will go wrong. For me, when I'm traveling, when anything happens, right? So of course, what happens to me, I get to Vegas, I fly to Vegas because I don't want to ride 3 days in the car with the rest of the Geeks and Gamers guys. I just had stuff to do. And so I flew, and my flight was fine, but I get there, luggage is gone. They knew it. They didn't lose it. They at least knew where it was, but it wasn't in Vegas. It was in Denver, Colorado for no reason whatsoever. And then there was like weather problems in Denver. A bunch of flights got delayed. They were worried they weren't going to get my bags for another day. They did eventually get my bags to Vegas and delivered them straight to my hotel room like 12 hours after I got there. But it was annoying. I had problems with my internet at the hotel. I had problems with my shower at the hotel. I had problems with the elevator at the hotel. I have problems everywhere I go. I can't explain why these things happen. Just the world punishing me, God punishing me. I don't know. Sorry, but it's something. Oh, it's not Murphy's Law. It's Kinel's Law. All right. It's Kinel's Law. Sophie, member for 1 month. Hail, glad to see you back with good internet. Thank you, Sophie, and thank you for the stuff you sent. You are so awesome. Thank you. Green-haired anti-liberal, member for 13 months, who I got to see once again in Las Vegas. Ryan, are you going to see The Pope's Exorcist? My bro and I went the weekend before Vegas and loved it. Also, did the pillow come in handy on the plane? LOL. I packed the pillow. I didn't want to carry it around with me. I really appreciate that. She made me this awesome freaking RK Outpost pillow with the Cubs on the back. It's really fucking cool. So thank you so much. I didn't want to carry it because I didn't want to like leave it or something. So I just packed it away, made sure it was safe and sound. So it is with me in my luggage that they didn't lose on the way back. But thank you. Radtastic Studios for 10. Hey, Ryan, want to say keep up the good work. I'm going to be that guy and mention my channel. Site Seeker here too. I travel and find interesting places to film as movie, TV, filming sites, and more. So your channel name is Radtastic. It's like fantastic, but rad instead of fan. Radtastic Studios. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much, Radtastic Studios. Sean Patrick for 5. Ryan, Vegas looked amazing. Sorry I couldn't make it. I will be at the Orlando, Florida meetup wearing my RK Outpost hat. Hashtag 199 for life. Thank you, Sean. Yes. Hey, man, I can't wait to see you again. Appreciate you coming out to the ones that you have. So I'll be looking forward to seeing you in Orlando sometime later this year. Duke Devil, who I met in Vegas as well with 10 gift memberships. Thank you very much. That's $50 right there. Gifting 10 memberships, making some people in the chat turn green. Appreciate it, man. And it was awesome to meet you too, by the way. So big shout out. Larson, I don't know how the fuck to say that, for 2. I heard Amber Turd still in Aquaman 2. Is that true? Yes, it is true. I never thought there was much possibility of her not being in it. You know, we talked about those rumors when they got out there, but to me, there was really never a chance that was going to happen. They weren't going to recast her. They didn't recast her, and they can't cut her out of the story like that. So, yeah, it makes sense. Fantastic, Mr. Knox, member for 14 months. Finally got stuck in a terminal list. Finished episode 2. I can't believe I've left for so long. If only Amazon could stick to making content as good as this. I love terminal lists. And honestly, that is a show that departs greatly from the source material. Not so much in spirit, but in execution. Because if you read the book, you're in episode 2, so I ain't going to tell you. But it's an entire mystery that, that Chris Pratt's character is uncovering as the season progresses. And I think it's way better for television than the book. Now, I think the book is great, but the book, you know everything, who's behind the plot, you know all this shit, except for one cliffhanger or one twist from the beginning of the book. It's a really interesting way to read it. But yeah, I think they did a great job adapting that. What is this? Algebra instructor for 5. Just finished my church service, and it was hard getting audio set up today. Definitely needed a tech-savvy individual. Happy to be part of D-Day Cobra. Well, there you go. Thank you, algebra instructor. Audio setup sucks sometimes. WG, my man WG. And I do have a brand new Ivan Provorov jersey. That's my first hockey jersey, I think, thanks to WG. So big shout out WG with 5 gift memberships. Thank you, WG. More green in the chat. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 6 months. Yo, Ryan, what are the odds Fantastic Four it's a race swap or gender swap? Keep up with the good work. I would say high, and we might as well talk about that in a second. Before I do, I wanted to highlight Cannoli Sasquatch for $5. Thanks for the shout out on Friday Night Tights. Appreciate FaceTime with my daughter. Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch and I had a great time at the meetup. And I'm sorry I butchered your name. I said Mrs. Cannoli Squatch instead of Mrs. Cannoli Sasquatch. I was shortening it because I feel like I know you guys now. I can shorten it, give you a nickname. In reality, just drop the sass for that. But no, it was really cool meeting you too. And it was awesome getting to FaceTime your daughter, who's also a big fan of what we're doing, and surprise her. So hopefully that kind of made her day. And yeah, it was fucking awesome. All right. Get to the news already, says Andrew. Go fuck yourself. Maybe I'll talk a while longer. This is a laid back stream. It's a laid back stream. With that being said, I got a couple more chats to read. Vigilante Up, member for 5 months. Hail Ryan and Chad. Keep up the great work, man. Thank you. Thank you, Vigilante Up. Selena Redwine, member for 5 months. Hey, Ryan, love seeing you once again at the Vegas meetup. Will there be another one in Dallas this year? And much love to you. Thank you. Now, listen, there is going to be something that happens in Dallas. I don't know what time that is, and I don't know if I'm going to be there. I'm just being honest. I don't know if I'm gonna make something like that. I don't know if I'm gonna be like a Dallas meetup, but we'll see. All right. We'll see. I would like to, but at the same time, obviously, when I go for these meetups, you guys know if you're traveling for me, it takes a big chunk out of what you're doing, and I really want to go there. I just don't know if all the cards are aligned or if all the stars are aligned. Okay, but I will try. I will try. Holly for $10. I just wanted to say thank you for visiting us in Las Vegas. It was truly an honor getting to hang out with you and the fellowship for the second year in a row. Appreciate you all and thanks for everything. Holly, it was awesome seeing you too. You are awesome. So it was a fantastic time and a great meetup, great success. Always good to see all the people out there. All the people out there. But with that being said, someone talked about Fantastic Four. All right. Someone talked about Fantastic Four, and we have to get in. We have to get into this because this is just insanity. I probably should put my headphones on before I do because we got a little clip to play. Because Mila Kunis has it's Mila, right? Mila? It's Mila Kunis. I think it's Mila Kunis, not Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis. But whatever. It is what it is. But I'm sure if I mispronounce it, I'm gonna get fucking butchered for it when we clip this out for a video and by you guys in the chat. But that's okay. One of the most discussed casting decisions for Marvel over the past several years has been what will they do with Fantastic Four? When they eventually bring these characters out there, what are they going to do? Nearly everyone is expecting them to make some type of change. I can't imagine they're going to cast 4 white people to play the Fantastic Four. But recently, we started to hear rumors heating up specifically about Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis meeting with Fantastic Four director sparks casting rumors. And this happened a couple months ago. But recently, just in the past, 10 days or so, a lot of people have been talking about it. It's been heating up surrounding her connected to a Fantastic Four character, specifically Sue Storm. That wasn't until the other day, because the other day, something came out because a lot of people said Mila Kunis, Sue Storm, maybe not my first choice, but that kind of makes sense. It might not be her that they were looking for. Look at this article. Mila Kunis reportedly in talks to play Fantastic Four's The Thing. This was something that came out from one of these leakers, from one of these guys, My Time to Shine Hello. They are looking at Jewish actors, both male and female, for The Thing in Fantastic Four. Mila Kunis is one of them. How sad is it for the Marvel Cinematic Universe now? What state are we in where a story like this can come out and people are taking it seriously? People are thinking, wow, that sounds stupid. That sounds retarded. But you know what? They might do that. Marvel might actually do something like this because that's how dumb they are. This is the MCU. This is woke Marvel. This is the Marvel that's been gender swapping and race swapping all these different characters. So why not? Why wouldn't they do something like this? Now, again, we've heard her connected to Fantastic Four. A couple days ago was the first time we've heard her connected to The Thing. That would be outlandish. But she has since responded in a way. Mila Kunis breaks silence on Fantastic Four casting rumors. That 70s show star Mila Kunis discussed the casting rumors surrounding her potential inclusion in the MCU's Fantastic Four reboot. Yes, we know all these characters. Kunis addresses Sue Storm and Fantastic Four rumors. During a recent interview on The Late Late Show with James Corden, which unfortunately I'm going to subject you to, Corden asked Mila Kunis about the rumors that had been floating around regarding the actress. Let's listen to her response.
About this?
Yes,
because there is a big online rumor that you are going to play Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four film. Now, firstly, is this true? And where does a rumor like this come from?
Apparently, if you go to lunch with somebody that is also in the industry, you then start working together, according to the internet.
Oh, so you went out with the director of Fantastic Four?
Yes, we went out to a deli and had lunch together, and then the next day, I was somehow in Fantastic Four. I am not in Fantastic Four, but I know who is. but I don't want to get in trouble with the mouse. So none of you will find out, Patrick Stewart.
We will find.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart just happened to be right next to her. So she says no. She says that's not happening. She says she's not Sue Storm. She's not in Fantastic Four, but somehow she knows who is, which does bring up other things. Maybe it's Kristen Bell. She's friends with her. Who knows? Now, her denying it doesn't mean that she's not part of it. Doesn't mean she's not true. And I don't know if that's going to do anything to quiet the rumors. We know everything that happened. Look at Spider-Man No Way Home. How many times were Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield asked directly, repeatedly, are you in this? Are you a part of it? And of course they were. So even if she was, this is probably the answer she'd give. But she has said, just to be fair, she has said, no, this is not true. I'm not in Fantastic Four, which is probably exactly the response you would expect if she actually was in it too. So I don't think that clears much up. I don't think this is happening. I think even for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the idea of them doing this with a character like, or with an actress like Mila Kunis makes zero sense to me. But that is kind of the status quo for Marvel at this point. But it's so laughable to see this going viral. And with all the bad decisions, the terrible things that are happening right now at Marvel Studios with the MCU, and people saying, you know what? This could be true. They might actually do something this dumb. Will Mila Kunis show up in Fantastic Four as the Thing or as Sue Storm? According to her, it's not happening, but I guess only time will tell. Like, how? What a fucking stupid story. What a stupid story. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them somehow, some way. I can close that out. Big shout out to my people over on Rumble. We got the Rumble chat going. We've got the Odyssey chat going. And of course, we're over on Locals as well. So wherever you're watching, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Wouldn't put it pasta. Yeah. Jade Light over on Streamlabs says, yo, Ryan, you guys inspired me to do a bit of YouTube stuff. Only fun, nothing more. I'm reviewing EU books on stream, going chapter by chapter. Currently doing JAT, and I hate it. But Jedi Academy trilogy, but the streams are fun. YouTube channel is also called Jade Light. All right, so Jade space Light. Well, there you go. Big shout out to Jade Light. I hope you enjoy it. Sometimes it just starts off like that, starts out as fun, and then you never know. Return of the Jedi 4th would beat the Marvels. I don't know. SC Medic for $5 over on Rumble says, finally able to catch up on a live stream. Hell yeah. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys wherever you're watching. And then Deeds, Minnesota for $20 over on Rumble. It would be fun to see everyone at a meetup, but I would have about a 2-minute conversation, then I'd be out. Glad you had a good time in Vegas. Yes, I did have a great time. And I think there's a lot of people that feel that way. And obviously not everybody wants to make a trip for something like that. But for the people that do make the trip, I find very few people regret it because, yeah, you might have a 2-minute conversation with me and a 2-minute conversation with Jeremy and Gary and whoever. But what you do also get is about, 4 hours, in this case, maybe longer, of finding other people that are in the chat with you and that are watching with you, that are part of what we're doing here, what we're building. Whether you want to call it the fellowship, community, what was constituency? I think Robert Meyer Burnett put it. Whatever word you want to use for all the people that are in the chat, except for the retarded haters. You get to meet those people in real life, and you get to talk to them, you get to laugh with them, you get to drink with them, you get to party with them, you get to do all this shit, and you really, truly realize that we're not alone in all this stuff, that there are so many of us out there that feel a very similar way about what Hollywood has done over the past several years, and getting to be in a room and experience that energy, it goes so far beyond the YouTube chat. So for anybody that is ever questioning whether or not to go do something like that, I think you should go. I think you should take a chance and do it because you probably, in my experiences, won't regret it. And I see Chris Gore in the chat, the constituency. Yes, the constituency. What's up, Chris Gore? I got to hang out with Chris Gore quite a bit this weekend. That was fun. I got to watch Attack of the Doc. I got to do a screening of Attack of the Dock in the theater. And also on my flight home, I bought Attack of the Dock on YouTube and was able to download it and watch it on the plane. So that was awesome. Big shout out to Chris Gore. You guys should definitely support that. You can buy it on YouTube. I think it's probably on like Amazon, maybe Vimeo, a couple other places like that. But you can go buy Attack of the Dock. It's about a 80 or 90-minute documentary talking about the rise and fall of G4. And maybe you might even get a little cameo experience or a cameo for me in there. Real tiny one. I don't think I say anything at all, just on the screen for a second. But that was pretty cool to see on a big screen. I'm not going to lie. Yes, Frank Gore. Frank Gore in the chat. That's right. How great was old school Olivia? Dude, Olivia Munn. I can't imagine the amount of dudes who are fucking jerking it to Olivia Munn back in the day. The amount of nerds and geeks who were jerking it to Olivia Munn on that show. But yeah, it was so funny to see so much of the outrageous shit that they did. Oh man. I love G4 back in the day. All right. Miss Maria for 2. Hey, did you see the Wish trailer? The Wish trailer. What is that? The Wish trailer. I don't think so. Let me look. YouTube Wish trailer. Disney's Wish. This doesn't really look like it's made for me. Yeah, it doesn't. I might check that out at some point. I don't know, man. I don't know. Over on Rumble, Sully SDS for $10. Hey Ryan, can I get a shout out for my Rumble channel, The Gun Club? Yes, absolutely. I have no idea what you do on there, but if it's called The Gun Club, that is good enough for me to shout it out, sir. So over on Rumble, to my over 100 people watching over on Rumble, go check out The Gun Club, the space gun space club over on Rumble. Sounds awesome. Anima Chains for 5. What's up, Ryan? Did you know the new Little Mermaid has a runtime of 2 hours and 15 minutes as opposed to the original's 89-minute runtime? I didn't know it was that long. I knew it was over 2 hours, but I didn't know it was 2 hours 15 minutes. Seems pretty long for what they're doing. I don't know if I don't think this is a movie that's targeted towards kids, honestly, and I think that's kind of the fucking problem. Dean H for 5. Hail RK. The meetup vids made me jealous because I couldn't be there. Maybe next year. Hey, whenever you decide to come out, we'd love to see you there. Sean Patrick for 5. Ryan, I got a chance to watch Attack of the Dock. Chris Gore did an amazing job. He needs to do one on RK Outpost and Geeks and Gamers. I don't know if there's enough material for an RK Outpost documentary. I'm not going to lie. I don't think there's enough there. But we'll see. Maybe someday. I think I would need to be a lot more relevant for anything like that to happen. Geeks and Gamers, maybe. See the origins. Get some old footage of Jeremy from back in the day. I haven't been around that long. So, Kitty Bear for 2. Sharon Ventura was She-Thing in the 1985 F4 comic. There you go. Bredicus for 2. What if they make the entire Fantastic Four female? The Fantastic Females? The Female Four, maybe? Yeah. Might as well. Grandmaster Chris for 5. It was awesome finally getting to meet you guys at the Vegas meetup. Had a great time with the rest of the fellowship. Hail the 199 and EU for life. And Chris, I did text Matt Wilkins and I told him, hey, I'm here with Grandmaster Chris. He says hello. I misspelled it a little bit because I was fucking hammered. But hopefully he got the message and understood what I was saying and didn't think I was just stupid. Tier McDowell for $5 says 199. That's right, 199, baby. Suda for 199. Do you watch Attack on Titan? No. I have not watched Attack on Titan. I don't know anything about it. Fidegan for $2. Good luck or good launch of May. G&G forever. How are we fucking at the end of April? How are we at the end of April already? I feel like it's flying by. This entire year. John Matrix, my man John Matrix for $5. Once again, I'm not giving my money to YouTube. Take my money on Rumble. Thank you, John. John Matrix is part of the Black and White Network. Him and Rhodes Rants. I know a lot of you guys probably watch them. Black and White Network, Black and White Sports, Black and White Sports 2. They're fucking killing it. John does a stream with me on our Sports Wars channel, Geeks and Gamers channel, Sports Wars, every single Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. He joined me once again there this week. Hopefully, Beardo and Jeremy will get on by next week because obviously Jeremy is now officially back from Orlando. They finished the drive today. Beardo should be coming back soon as well. So go check him. Go check us out over there. Thank you for all the support on Rumble today, guys. I really appreciate it. Eduardo Cuevas for $1.99. Ryan the GOAT. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm just refreshing this to make sure we're good. Dylan Cockvaney for $3. Whatever happened to the chicks you used to bring on towards the back in your streams back in the day? Well, I mean, people like Steph, and I used to have like Steph and Mara and Lethal on and stuff like that. And obviously, I'm still friends with them. I decided I wanted to make these streams a little bit more because I do a lot of streams with a lot of people. And maybe I'll get back to doing some more of that on this channel, more group streams. And those actually perform a lot better. Those do a lot better in the algorithm and stuff like that. To be honest with you, if you just take a look at some of the big streams that are out there, they do better. But for me, I really like to utilize these as a way to, find a couple articles and to go through them, talk to you guys. And I stream so much with so many other people that I like to just do solo streams once in a while. And that's kind of what I found worked with me. Especially because then I don't have to worry about anybody else, prepping anybody else or whatever we're going to talk about. So, but those guys are all awesome. You should go check them out and support them for sure. Thank you, Dylan Cockvaney. Are you both going to be home for the Geeks and Gamers Daily? Yeah, we should be. Well, I mean, Jeremy's here, so like I saw him here when I walked back into the studio to do the stream today. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but he's back, so we should be good. Matt HTX43 for $4.99. Any thoughts on Crowder? I saw the ring video on Ricada. Well, much in the same way that I didn't want to get too much into fucking drama between conservative fucking influencers and content creators, because I overall think it's a fucking negative, real big negative for everybody. We should be focused on other shit for the Crowder Daily Wire stuff. I don't really want to get too heavily into it. Listen, it's not a good look. That ring video doesn't look good for Steven Crowder at all. I think I know several people now who have worked with Crowder before. This is not talking about Quarter Black Garrett. Don't fucking lump him into there. Quarter Black Garrett doesn't get into that stuff because he doesn't want to get involved in any of its fucking drama, right? So anything I tell you about Steven Crowder is not from Quarter Black Garrett. But I found, Crowder going against the Daily Wire the way he did, I think he was really playing that up and intentionally tried to fuck them over and really blew up this whole contract thing. I can now tell you several different former Crowder employees say that the contracts there are much fucking worse, and the way he treats people is much fucking worse than anything that's been alleged at Daily Wire. All right. I got my criticism of the Daily Wire for sure, but I got criticisms for Steven as well. What I'll say about that, I don't want to fucking comment on this dude's fucking divorce, his personal life. I think he made a mistake by making it public and trying to put blame on her like he did. I think that's a big mistake from Crowder, and that opens you up to a lot of other this stuff coming out. In terms of that video, it's not a good look, but I would never want someone to take 3 minutes of my life with no idea what happened before, no idea what happened after, and clip it out. Because I guarantee you, it might look like some real fucking bad shit was going on. And so as much as I hate fucking seeing what I saw on that, the way he was interacting with his pregnant wife, like it's a 3-minute clip. And I'm not going to sit there and judge an entire person's existence based on that. Unless he was actually hit. If I saw a video of him punching her or fucking beating the shit out of her, of course, then I could. But for something like that, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, well, I know this happened. And really nobody knows what happens now except for them. And I don't really want to get too much into it other than that, because I don't want to be a fucking drama YouTuber and talk about shit like that. That's not me. Yeah, if you asked, I'll give you my opinion, but that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. Where am I? Eduardo Cuevas for 199. Ryan the Goat Part 2. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We got Project Egg Roll in the chat. Project Egg Roll. Member for 2 months says, nice meet you guys in the gang at the meetup. More China jokes to come. Nice, man. It's good to see you. I see all the egg rolls in the chat. All the egg rolls. Barber Bane. Wow, you're defending him? Odd. I fucking hate a lot of retarded people. Like that is the one group of people that I actually do hate, okay? People say I'm racist, people say I'm transphobic, people say all this shit, right? The one group of people that I do legitimately hate are retarded people. Retarded people like you. I just sat there and I fucking said all the bad things I feel about Steven Crowder. And then what I said is that's not a good look, but I'm not going to sit there and take that 3-minute clip and fucking judge everything about it based on that. I said he made a bunch of mistakes. I said he shouldn't have done that thing. And I said he's a shitty fucking person, in my opinion. And you take the one thing of me saying, I'm not going to sit there and nail a person to a cross over a fucking clipped out of context 3-minute video. And you say, wow, you're defending him. You fucking dumb bitch. Some of you, I'm specifically talking to the person right there who made that fucking comment. You are an actual retard. And I do hate you. Judicon for $5. Hail, Ryan. It was nice to chat with you and the fellowship at the meetup. Looking forward to Orlando 2023. I will be getting my phone back next week. Hell yeah, Judicon. Nice, man. Nice, man. Fantastic Mr. Knox for Aussie $5. I find it funny Netflix decided to blame the audience for the trouble The Witcher series is going through. Instead, the showrunner should be blamed. Yeah, I mean, they're at a fucking tough spot. We're going to talk about that in a second. We're going to talk about that in a second. All right, where are we? To refresh this shit. All right, we pull up that Witcher because we do have to talk about this. We do have to talk about this. Make sure. All right, perfect. We've got the trailer up. We've got the Blood Origin story up. All right, here we go. Share my screen. Perfect. Here we go. When Henry Cavill made the shocking announcement that he was leaving The Witcher, he was leaving his role as Geralt, the role that he said was his dream role, the thing that he said he would be there for as long as they wanted to make it, as long as they stuck to the lore and respected the source material. Well, spoiler alert, that's not what Netflix wanted to do. Netflix wanted to take The Witcher and turn it into their own project. The showrunners, the writers, everybody involved with this decided that pushing identity politics was more important than respecting the audience and respecting the fans and respecting the source material. And as a result, the fans made their voices heard in response to that. What did we see? Over 300,000 people signed this petition to fire the writers, but keep Henry Cavill. As we know, that unfortunately did not happen. And now we have the season 3 trailer. The Witcher season 3 trailer bombed with dislikes after a Henry Cavill exit. And bombed is an appropriate term here because look at this. This isn't even without Henry Cavill. This is with Henry Cavill still there. But this is how the fans are reacting because they know the reason why he left. They know the reason this is the last one with him as Geralt. It's because of what Netflix and the showrunner and the writers did to this story. 273,000 dislikes to 59,000 upvotes. This is only 5 days ago over on Netflix. Keep in mind, this show was one of Netflix's like flagship series, one of the things that they thought could be their next Game of Thrones. Both seasons 1 and 2 were in the top 10 of most viewed Netflix series of all time. This is a massive brand for them to build off of. But now it's completely and utterly destroyed, and it's their own fault. Just look at some of these comments. Respect your actors, respect the source material, respect your audience. Thank you, Henry. You spoke for all of us. The part where the writers said they disliked both The Witcher books and games was jaw-dropping and stunning. And this is a long one right here. Why? You got a whole actual series here, Netflix. Wars, treachery, ancient magic, mutants, all this other stuff. Great female leads later in the story, and a truly amazing villain. You had Henry Cavill. How in the world could you give something so freaking amazing in the hands of people with their own agenda? It's a crying shame what they've done in the show. Thank you, Henry, for trying your best. Everybody loves Henry Cavill. Everyone is defending Henry Cavill, and everyone is slamming Netflix and The Witcher. And, you know, this is kind of a good question. Who even cares about the next Netflix Witcher anymore? Without Henry Cavill, without the reason that the actual fans were still there, what in the world? What in the world are they going to do? We saw what they tried a couple months after Henry Cavill left with The Witcher Blood Origin. How did that go? Something even woker than the mainline Witcher series. It got destroyed. A 13% audience score. I can only imagine what it's going to be when this series comes out, season 3. They have already said that's going to come out in 2 separate parts because they got to get all they can out of it. They know this is the last one that anybody's going to watch, and it will be solely for Henry Cavill. But for a lot of people, they're saying the same thing. This series is over. It's done. We're not going to continue to watch that. Nobody's going to watch that in season 4 and 5. The reason they were there, because of everything that had been done with these characters and the changes and what they've done to this story, the reason so many people were still there was because of Henry Cavill and his dedication to the role. Netflix threw that away, and now they're in a tough spot because they are still facing this backlash. And at this point, I'd have to imagine they're wondering whether it's even worth making seasons 4 and 5. With all the fans being this pissed, there is no hope for the Witcher franchise. Netflix has killed it. There we go. Thank you for the for bringing up The Witcher. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right. How much meth do you usually do when you to the bat houses? Usually like a pound, whatever a pound is. That would be my answer. Where am I? Fader. Here it is. Fader Flanley for $5. Don't know what us. Hold on. Don't know what us put. All right. Let me try to read this. Fader Flanley for $5. Don't know what us hard putting a concrete tile roof on or watching Hollywood garbage. Don't know what's harder, putting a concrete tile roof on or watching Hollywood garbage. Okay. Hail, Geeks and Gamers. Friday Night Tights, an open bar. P.S. Concrete tiles. How do you exist? Well, I think I figured that out. Thank you very much for the super chat, Flaydare. Mike Hill for $5. Marvel will be out of their minds if they hire Mila Kunis as the thing. A lot of people wouldn't even like her for Sue Storm. I would want her to dye her hair, certainly. But we'll see. Alec Baldwin's finger. This motherfucker with 50. Alec Baldwin's finger with 50 gift memberships. This dude is fucking awesome. Thank you so much for the big support. That's like, what, 250 fucking bucks, basically? $5 a pop. That's pretty simple math there. I don't even need Project Egg Roll to do that for me, okay? Big shout out to Alec Baldwin's finger. That is awesome. That is awesome. Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $9.99. Because I'm in a good mood, even though you hate me because I'm retarded. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Blue-Eyed Scorpio. Thank you for the support, buddy. Eric John Pizza Artist for $1.99. Mario made 10 times its budget. How rare is that? Very fucking rare. Very rare. They got a huge ROI on that thing. A massive ROI. Yeah, 50 gift memberships. And then holy shit, Buford T Justice for another $100. A hundy from my man Buford. Why haven't the Geeks and Gamers team streamed during their road trip home? Did Jeremy make Dave Filoni his butt buddy when he went to California? I don't know exactly why they didn't stream. I know they just wanted to tip. I think Jeremy may have driven the entire way straight, no brakes. So I can't tell you. I wasn't in the car, so I'm not sure why they did or didn't. Don't worry, Ryan. I'm hearing Kathleen Kennedy is on the way out and that it's going to be announced during Star Wars Celebration. Hey, Star Wars Celebration Japan, it's already, hey, my sources say that Kathleen Kennedy is on the way out and it'll be announced at next Star Wars Celebration. The pamphlets, they still have the pamphlets that reportedly, according to some people that want to fucking steal money from you, basically. According to some people, the pamphlets were already made up announcing her retirement. So, I mean, they can just reuse those for the next Star Wars Celebration, right? That's what they can do. Makes sense to me. Nikki B says kill KK. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Fire her, certainly. But I'm going to say no on that. Joe R says, I'm going to spam. I can't help it. All right. Well, I'm a fucking block you. I can't help it. That's pretty much the only thing you can't do on the channel, spam. So that's about the only thing. In Minecraft. Okay. Well, there you go. Flaydare Flanley for 199. Sorry, I'm driving and also is retarded. There you go. Thank you. Philip Trevor for Aussie 2. Did you see how they make cast as Ben Grimm? You mean Benjamina Grimm? We talked about the Mila Kunis rumor. Again, it's out there. That is something that people are talking about, that notable people are talking about. I don't believe it. I don't think it's true. And I wanted to make that clear, but I wouldn't put it past them. And that's the crazy part, that when you hear news like that, you don't immediately assume that's just some dumb rumor. They actually could fucking do that. And to think we're sitting here with this Fantastic forecasting bullshit, and the way that Marvel has been treating its audience lately is insane to me. I mean, predictable, but insane nonetheless. John Krasinski has been a big fan casting for Reed Richards for a long time, a long ass time. Not only does it sound like he's not going to be in this one, but you decide to take that guy that people, well, Chris says the rumor was debunked. Mila Kunis said she's not in it. That's what I would say debunked would be. But again, Andrew Garfield, a lot of people who've been in MCU projects before have said they are not. So that's what I mean by that. But anyway, what they did with Reed Richards to put him in Multiverse of Madness, to put him in Multiverse of fucking Madness, the guy everyone wanted to see as Reed Richards, and then just fucking utterly cuck him the way they did and kill him the way that they did in such a stupid, meaningless way. And that might be the only time you see John Krasinski as Reed Richards, period. What are you telling your fans when you do something like that? Hey, you know that thing you really wanted? Here it is. Now watch us fucking destroy it right away. That's crazy. Ugh. Needs more video mode, Ryan. I'm not doing a video there. I'm not doing a video. Just making a comment. Dante McMillan for 5. Notice you got a lot more Disney and woke shills in the chat today. Loving the stream so far. They come and go. They come and go. I think that there's a couple that are just really, really into it right now, to be honest with you. They are really into my streams, and hey, you're welcome here. You're welcome here. We love for the chat to piss all over dumb fucks. That's one of their favorite things to do. So I'm sure they won't mind. Drunk 3PO's in the chat. He says, I'm safe. There you go. Awesome. Eric John Pizza Artist from 199. Marty McFly will retcon the sequel trilogy. Mike Zero. Yeah, I wish that was just a Mike Zero rumor. He didn't have actually other people other than him trying to say that. But yes, thank you, Eric John. Flaydare Flanley for 5. Ryan, you know about cars? I'm driving a BMW M5 2016. What is your all-time beast car? V8 power only. I'm not really a big car guy, to be honest with you. A BMW M5 sounds good. I'd love that, but I don't fucking know. I don't know about beast car. Jeremy's got a nice fucking Mustang. I'll tell you that. A nice fucking Mustang. I don't know if I like the color, but hey. Oh my God. Again, the one thing you can't do in the chat is spam. So there you go. Thank you, Sinuism. Thank you for your free Palestine argument. We appreciate you. There you go. Bugatti or nothing. Yeah, sure. 75 Camaro. That'd be cool. I had a buddy who completely rebuilt a fucking old Monte Carlo. It was sick. It was awesome. He spent way too much money doing that. Joe A. Yes, Joe A. Let me check over on Rumble, make sure we're good. Man, I do want, let me refresh over on Odyssey because I feel like, all right, thank you. The chat wasn't moving over on Odyssey earlier, so thank you. I see blankets. Hope you like the meme I made today, RK. Nice. There you go. Nice one, blankets. And that's, you'll be watching the new Little Mermaid trailer or movie when it comes out. I don't think I have any reason to watch that. Like, I'll watch something if I do think that I should do a review or something on it. The Little Mermaid, I don't fucking know. I just can't imagine going to see that. That ain't for me. That ain't for me. Like, not even as a fucking, like, I think I'm gonna hate this type of thing. What else? What else do we have on tap? Speaking of terrible fucking movies. Speaking of terrible fucking movies, we should probably talk about this. I wanted to get one more thing. All right, let me actually check out. I know there's a bounding into comics, Tinker Bell, and yes, all right, there we go. That's the article I wanted. That's the article I wanted. You need a 199 emoji. You could just put 199 and I'll say it. You just put 199 and I'll say it. How's the hair game today, guys? I feel like I need a haircut. I want to get it's getting a little puffy on the sides. I think it's looking all right. The beard game's strong today, though. Beard game's strong. Andy Lopez for $9.99. I really could care less. So you could care less, which means you care a little bit, of The Little Mermaid. Hollywood just pushing their ridiculous identity politics as usual. Yeah, so I put out a video. I put a video out this morning. I put a video out this morning about the new box office projections for it, and it doesn't look good. You know, Little Mermaid is now a movie that originally I think the production budget was supposed to be $150 million for this, which means, you know, maybe $450 million break even point, probably 450 million. Now the budget evidently ballooned up to around $200 million production wise. So you're talking a $550 to $600 million to break even on that. That's a little bit taller ask. And right now, you can't really compare. I don't think you can compare like a normal release like Little Mermaid to say like a Marvel movie, because I think Marvel's so much built up to the opening weekend stuff. I don't think Little Mermaid's that way. I also don't know if a lot of families are going to go see Little Mermaid, to be honest with you, but time will tell for that. Right now, it's projected between $70 and $90 million opening weekend, so an average around 80. To put that in perspective, I mean, what did we just see from Ant-Man and the Wasp? That was over $100 million opening weekend, and that barely broke $450 million of the global box office. Obviously, international is a big part to play of that as well. I don't know if I could see a Little Mermaid movie making $600 million. Like, I think the time of the Disney live action remakes dominating like we saw in 2019, 2018, I think that's over. I don't think Disney's getting the benefit of the doubt. I think that they've already done the remakes of some of their big ticket ones that would get a lot of pull. The Little Mermaid, as beloved as the character is, it's not like when that it wasn't the massive hit that something like The Lion King initially was when it came out. I don't even think like as much as Aladdin. Let me see if I can find this might be interesting. This is a random tangent that I wasn't planning on going on. So give me a moment, but Aladdin. Spell yeah, it's two fucking D's in it. I don't want Aladdin 2019. I want 1992. Because from my recollection, numbers, The Little Mermaid, I think Little Mermaid made like 250 or 280 million dollars worldwide, which I mean, that's a great, it's a good number if that's the number for an animated movie that probably didn't have a massive budget or anything. But when you look at some of these other things that they have remade, the numbers, Beauty and the Beast, Beauty and the Beast 1991. I'm pulling these up. We're doing on the fly research, guys. So just bear with me. Numbers and what is the other one? It's Lion King, 1994. So okay, this is what I'm talking about here. I was even a little bit high on Little Mermaid guesses, so a little bit off. Little Mermaid, $222 million at the box office. Now that came out in '89, right a little bit before, 2 years before some of these other things we're about to talk about. Maybe before Disney was really in this fucking mid '90s push, right, or early '90s push. But look at some of the other things that they have remade that have had massive success. Beauty and the Beast, made $438 million just a few years later. Aladdin made $500 million. The Lion King made almost $1 billion. Now, some of these do include, I'm sure The Lion King includes like a re-release, because I remember I saw The Lion King in theaters. Yeah, I saw The Lion King in theaters here. So it probably didn't make that much its initial box office run. You could probably take off another 100 or so million dollars from that, if not more. But still, these are way bigger hits than The Little Mermaid, even though it's beloved, right? I'm not going to fucking argue that it's a massive property, but so I don't know if it's going to have the same type of pull as some of those others. If that's kind of one of the things I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get to. So we will see. Do we still call the Little Mermaid soulless if it's shot for shot with no race swapping? Well, if it's shot for shot and the animated character and like the flounder looks like flounder and Sebastian looks like Sebastian and it's bright and it's vibrant, like if it's a shot for shot thing like that, then yeah, like I wouldn't call it soulless. You call it soulless because it has none of the like it has none of the actual like familiarity to what it's being derived from, at least in my mind. When I watch a Little Mermaid trailer, other than the music that's there, and I gotta admit, Halle Bailey sounds great. She sounds great. Unfortunately, she shouldn't have been cast to play Ariel, but she sounds great in these clips that are coming out of her singing. But you can't look at that and be like, wow, that really reminds me of this, because it just doesn't. It doesn't look anything like it. I don't know. Anyway, it's a fucking tangent. Hmm. We're trying to stay hydrated. All right. She sounds like shit. I don't think she sounds like shit at all. From what I've heard, the couple clips I've heard of it, I think she sounds good. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna fucking knock something just because I don't think I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna. If I see something that I do think is good, I'm gonna tell you. And I think she sounds good. All right. What are we gonna talk about? Peter Pan, right? Not as good as the original. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but I think she sounds good. I think she does. All right. We got to get into Peter Pan and Wendy, huh? Peter Pan and Wendy. Someone already said it in chat. It's another Disney disaster. It certainly is. It certainly is. From the very first teaser trailer for the new live action Peter Pan and Wendy, another live action bastardization coming to Disney Plus. They didn't even want to release this in theaters. They just released it on streaming. But you knew from the initial reception this was not going to go well for them. Just look at the first ratio. 586,000 dislikes to 51,000 likes. This thing got destroyed. The comment section was an absolute mess. Disney got destroyed for once again, deciding to prioritize identity politics ahead of entertainment. We saw the Lost Girls are now part of the Lost Boys. We saw Race Swap Peter Pan, Race Swap Tinkerbell. The only person that wasn't changed was probably Wendy and Captain Hook, because, of course, you got to leave the villain a white male, right? But the question was, how would people feel about this? The critics told us really quickly, places like Collider, Peter Pan and Wendy review, David Lowery once again shows the right way to do live action Disney remake. The critics are singing its praises. Unfortunately, the audience, not so much. Look at this number. 20% audience score. A 20% audience score. I believe this is the worst Disney live action remake score that we've ever seen from an audience perspective. We know the Pinocchio one got trashed not that long ago, but look at this. Maybe if we refresh, it'll have something better to show. Nope, still at 20%. Now the critics are sitting there just under 70%. They say this is good. You should go see it. You should go utilize your time and go subscribe to Disney Plus and watch it. The fans, not so much. And it's not a surprise that the critics are siding with this, that they're going to defend something like this. They've been talking about it for a while. They love the fact that they're focusing on a progressive version. They're all down with it. Look what they said just the other day. How Peter Pan and Wendy attempts to correct Disney's racist history within the story. This isn't your grandmother's Tiger Lily. Yeah, even though it was already something that had diversity, even though it's already something that had people that were in there of different colors, of different genders. No, we had to change things. That's what Disney decided to do. That's what they always are decided to do when it comes to these soulless live action remakes. We saw what actresses and directors involved with this project said. We just felt like we needed to change it for the modern audience. We wanted to make something for everyone. Even Yara Shahidi said Disney remaking the animated classic in order to give black and brown audiences the fairy tale we deserve. Is it really what you deserve? Like sloppy seconds? Sloppy seconds from white people? Is that really all you think you're deserving of? That's pretty sad, to be quite honest with you. We saw when this casting was initially announced and this trailer debuted, you saw even Black Twitter had a field day with it because they said, you know what? Enough is enough. These are cheap race swaps. We'd rather have these original characters. Why are you just race swapping white characters? This person isn't white. What are you doing? Even the audience they were trying to pander to rejected it. And that's why we're seeing yet another Disney live action soulless remake disaster. Peter Pan and Wendy is getting destroyed by the audiences. It's almost like you could tell from the beginning that people were not down with this, that they weren't happy with it. They weren't happy with what they saw, the changes that were made. And of course, just like we see with nearly every Disney movie in the past several years, terrible effects, cheap CGI, another Disney disaster. This time remaking another big audience favorite, fan favorite character in Peter Pan, deciding to modernize Peter Pan. How did that work out for you? Not so well. I'm sure it won't be the last time Disney makes this exact same mistake. Pedro Pan. That's right. Your generation failed. Mine? How old do you fucking think I am? What are you talking about? Fucking your generation. Cocksucker. I'm 34 years old, motherfucker. Bentley 199. Ryan's this. I'm older than Gary. Yeah. I'm 49 years old. I can't believe that you know, me as a fucking boomer, as a baby boomer, I can't believe I failed, you know, raising this next generation. Jose Perez for $2. Even Grace Randolph didn't like Peter Pan. That's rough. I saw open airlock policy in the chat. What's up? Oh, all right. Bentley says that wasn't someone in the chat. All right. Sounds good, Bentley. I'm like, I just see your generation. You didn't tag one. I'm like, what the fuck? Me? All right. That makes sense. I was waiting for the response. Yeah, give me my social security. Linnea Johansson says, if you earn something, you got it, not because you had a certain skin color. Yeah. All right. Ace Fury for $10. OT, but how can I watch the Sunday Sports Wars stream? Switch to night shift, so I can't watch when they air in the morning. Joined as a premium member, but don't see them showing up over there. Thanks. Okay, so I unlist them. If you have your notifications on, you'll get a notification for it, and it'll always stay in your notifications, even if I unlist it. If you want to check it out, just let me know. Just DM me or something, and I'll get it to you. But yeah, I should start switching them over. I should start switching them over again. But thank you, Ace Fury, for letting me know. And that is off topic. That's okay. Brittany Martini is 36, too old to start a YouTube channel? I don't think so. Gary started one a lot longer than that, or when he was a lot older than that. Fantastic Mr. Knox for 5. Peter Pan not doing well. Wonder what excuses mainstream media and Disney will use to get your bingo cards out. Racist, sexist. Easy. Easy. Daniel Anderson for Aussie $5. Hey, Ryan, saw a vid recently about Texas leaving the United States. I wonder if it was true. Keep being awesome. Hey, there's a lot of people out there that would love for that to happen, but nah. I mean, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. We'll put it that way. Mike Hill for $5. Disney will ruin another villain with Scar's so-called tragic backstory in the new live-action prequel. I heard about that shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why can't people just be evil? Is that not okay anymore? Why do you have to have some sob fucking story? I don't want to hear about how Scar was neglected as a child and Mufasa got all the attention. Mufasa. I don't need to hear anything like that. Okay. It's okay to me that Scar's just an evil fuck. It's a piece of shit. Flayed Flanley for $5. Just ask Az. He said no. What about you? You ever played the Banjo-Kazooie games? Please, you have. I've been asking all the crew of FNT. By the way, Az is from New Zealand. Thank you, Flayed. Yeah, I played Banjo-Kazooie. I know somebody who's a massive Banjo-Kazooie fan. All right. I'm not a huge Banjo-Kazooie fan, but it was all right. Going around collecting those fucking jigsaw puzzles and that like Gobi Desert or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, I played those when I was a kid on the N64. Now, if you're one of those people who Banjo-Kazooie is like your favorite game, there might be something a little bit off on you. Like, there might be something a little bit weird. But yeah, of course I played it. Gobi's Valley, maybe that's what it is. Thank you. Thank you, Paul Estrada. Thank you, Paul. Jim Howard for 2. Ryan, you're a cute puppy. Wow. Thank you. Hold on. Somebody just upset with me. Hold on. All right. There we go. Thank you, Jim. Jim, I'm glad you think I'm cute. I appreciate it. Blast Radius for 10. So they admit this Peter Pan movie is only for black and brown audiences, not for everybody, including white people. Mask is slipping far below on this take. It's rough. Both Banjo-Kazooie games are fantastic. I was not as big of a fan of Banjo-Tooie. That was what they called the second one, right? I wasn't a big fan of that one. Eric John, Pizza Artist for 199. Good story matters. Hook, diverse as fuck and was great. Dude, Hook is awesome. I freaking love Hook. You got Rufio, right? This like original character. At least I think he's original. I guess maybe I don't know all the history and stuff, but I think he's an original character. You know, you got diversity in there in the Lost Boys, and that is a wonderful movie. And I kind of want to go watch it again, honestly. William Alfano for $4.99. Doesn't say anything. Thank you. Thank you. Ryan preferred nuts and bolts. I don't think so. If you fell into a vat of Bud Light, you'd drown sober. It's probably true. That's probably true. All right, let me refresh on this side. I see D Sleazy. What's up, D Sleazy, in the locals chat? Appreciate you. We're still good over there. We haven't even talked Super Mario Brothers movie yet, have we? We haven't talked about this shit yet. We haven't even talked. Is Carolyn in the chat? I finally got to meet Carolyn in Vegas. She came there last minute. She's awesome. She was awesome. She had a lot to drink. But it was really fun. So she came by to the FNT. Well, when we started FNT for a little bit, she'd say bye and everything. Very cool to meet her. She's awesome. Eric July really lucked in to getting her as the Rippaverse team. Unfortunately, the way she got fired, everything went down as bullshit. We talked about that here on this channel, everything that happened to her. But I think it's a blessing in disguise because now she's free to be herself and not have to censor herself, not have to worry about anything like that. Working with Eric and his awesome team there at the Rippaverse and able to be hanging out and a part of the constituency, whatever the fuck, community, fellowship, whatever you want to call it. So big shout out to her. Yes, you were bringing me. Yes, you were bringing me drinks at the party. We drank a lot. All right, everybody did. There's no denying that. No denying that. All right, let me see this. Fade Air Flanley for $199, still cruising in Texas country, side and do and rails. Well, thank you. That guy Frank was wasted. Who's Frank? Who's Frank? Trying to get me drunk. Well, she wasn't trying. I was already drunk. She was just keeping me drunk. That's all. Rails equals lines of cocaine, yeah. Thank you, Cloud Strife. I really appreciate the endorsement from you. It means a lot. Well, Frank wasn't there, though. Like, Frank wasn't there. Chrissy's Frank wasn't. Now, stop it. Carolyn is very happily married. She was just hanging out. So stop that shit. I won't have it. I won't have it in the chat. But we do need to talk about this. Well, there you go. There's an endorsement from Sophie. Thank you, Sophie. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, we got to talk about this shit. Super Mario Brothers. Even before this year started, people were already talking about the downfall of Disney and the rise of Universal when it comes to animation, when it comes to family animation, because Disney has been going downhill for quite some time. In fact, for the past 3 years straight, Universal has been beating Disney at the family box office. How Disney Animation lost the box office crown to Universal for 3 straight years with no turnaround in sight. And of course, what did we have at the beginning of this year that just launched a couple weeks ago? Well, we had Disney's biggest nightmare, because not only was Universal already dominating and having families coming out and trusting them ahead of Disney, but then you put this out. And just today, we finally have it. It finally happened. Box office milestone. Super Mario Brothers movie hits $1 billion globally. Universal and Illumination's video game adaptation is playing more like an all-audience tentpole than an animated family film. And yeah, in just 4 weeks of release, here we are, the Super Mario Brothers movie over $1 billion at the global box office. Almost 500 million domestically already. When you take a look at this, you can see it hasn't even dropped more than 37% on any of these given weekends. 37, 35, 33. It continues to have fantastic holds, especially during the weekend when families are out there seeing it in droves. And already, look at this. When you're talking about why, when you want to know why even the mainstream media has been talking about why this is such a big problem, excuse me, why the mainstream media has been talking about why this is such a big problem for Disney, it's because of things like this. The Super Mario Brothers movie is Disney's biggest nightmare. This is now a flagship tentpole franchise with recognizable characters that's going to continue to dominate time after time, while Disney continues to flounder over the past several years. Their last real big one was Frozen 2, a massive global hit in 2019. But even that one, look at its domestic box office. The Super Mario Brothers movie has already surpassed Frozen 2 at the domestic box office. This is a massive success, and it's just now opening in Japan to very, very good numbers. Notably, Japan opened this weekend. On only 776 screens, the start was a huge 14.3 million to score the biggest opening weekend ever for an animated studio movie, as well as the biggest Saturday box office in Universal history, topping Jurassic World Dominion. In only 2 days, Super Mario became the fastest Universal film to reach 1 billion yen, and the weekend result is the biggest Universal opening of all time. Look at all these things that it's outperforming, excluding China, basically. This is talking about international stuff. It's over Jurassic World, tracking ahead of Frozen 2, tracking ahead of Minions, ahead of Beauty and the Beast, ahead of Spider-Man Far From Home, and ahead of last year's Minions Rise of Gru. Some of these things by a significant margin. This is a movie that is for fans, that is for families, that parents can take their kids to with the knowledge that they're not going to be indoctrinated. They're just there to be entertained. And that people anywhere from 6 to 60, if you played these games, if you have any knowledge of these games, are going to enjoy it. You're going to get something out of it. And it looks like there's a ton of repeat viewings. And this is a movie that doesn't look like it'll stop anytime soon. Yes, Disney has fallen in terms of family animation. They have flops like Lightyear, disasters like Strange World, which are losing hundreds of millions of dollars, while Universal continues to kick their ass. And this movie officially hitting $1 billion this soon, just 4 weeks in, that is just one more indication that Disney has a lot to be worried about when it comes to Universal. A billy. $1 billion. That's a lot. That's a lot. Where are we? I think I said this one from Eric John. Good story matters. Hook diverse as fuck and was great. Yes, I said that one. Dean H with the gift membership. Thank you for the gift membership, Dean. Let's see. Eric John for again 199. Hook hits different as a parent too. So good. Yes, it is. It really is. So I recommend everybody watch that. Super bad mofo for 5. Here's chump change for a Bud. LOL. I'm not gonna buy a Bud Light with that. I won't lie. I used to drink Budweiser, like Bud Heavy. I used to drink that like fairly often. I like it. If I'm on the golf course, I'll drink it. Bentley for $5. Here's $5 for roasting me. I should have tagged the guy. My bad. No, dude, it's all good. I just saw that. And I was like, what the fuck? Keep up the good work, man. Love your videos. Here's hoping Disney chokes. Thank you, Bentley. I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Golf course? Yeah, golf course. You guys never been golfing before? Well, you don't like art? Come on. Lord Baratheon for 199. Do you believe the Adam Driver rumors? Potentially. I could see that. So there is one out there about Adam Driver potentially being in the running to play Reed Richards. I certainly believe that could be true. I certainly believe that could be true. I think Adam Driver's a really good actor. He was part of a terrible fucking Star Wars sequel trilogy, but I think he himself is a really solid actor. The Witcher now drinks Coors Light. I'm not a big Coors guy. C. Vowels says, it's funny how everyone only addresses the paying chats to the real people watching. LOL, love Rumble. Well, there you go. Again, with 1,500 people watching over on YouTube, with 100 people watching on Rumble, we got some more watching on Odyssey, locals, etc. It would be really tough to keep up with every single individual person. So obviously, super chats are going to take priority. That is what it is. Grand Admiral Adam, member for 5 months. Universal has the Shrek franchise. Despicable Me Minions. Now Nintendo franchise. Disney is in trouble. I agree. Why can't people just be evil? That was a quote from me when I was talking about Scar. Yeah. Why can't people just be evil? Why can't that happen? Why can't we just have evil motherfuckers? I don't know. You love Ryan. Hope I never go away. Well, I mean, yeah, I hope I never go away either. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna die soon. Probably relatively soon. I don't think I'm gonna live past 50. I just imagine something happening to me. Right? I'm not gonna die of old age. I don't see that happening. Flaydair Flanley for 199. Please sign up my name. You said it right once. Flaydair Flanley. There you go. Don't manifest that. I'm setting my expectations low. So if I, maybe I'll overachieve. I'll overperform. Stabbed at a Taco Bell. The doctor will get my order wrong. Maybe. Yeah. Beaten to death by an angry bloke in a dress. You never know. You never know what could happen. I can get rid of the Witcher stuff. I can get rid of Peter Pan and Wendy. I can get rid of Mila Kunis. It's Mila Kunis, not Mila, right? Mila Kunis. I hope I said it right. Heart attack around 70. 70's not. Hey, 70's that's not young though. That ain't young. Mila. That's good. Guardians of the Galaxy's DOA. Bro, Guardians of the Galaxy projections dropped again this week. Again. Another 4%. Now, again, projections are just projections. I said the same thing about the Little Mermaid projections. They're just projections. The Super Mario Brothers movie was projected to get like $80 million in its 5-day opening weekend. Ended up getting $200 million. So projections are just that. But it's rare when something outperforms its projections that much, okay? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Linnea Johansson for 100 Swedish crowns. I want to go to Mario World at Universal Paris. Then I realized there's no Universal here. There are 2 Disney parks. So I got sad. Disney can burn, so we can get Universal instead. I guess you're going to have to actually come to America. It's going to be at Orlando in like 2025. Right now it's in California. So over at Park Hopping, they did a live stream over there. They visited Super Mario World. So, they seem to really like it. I will be happy waiting until it's here at Universal. That's just me. I'm hiccuping a lot. Ugh. I'm yawning. That's not good. We did have a little Star Wars update. We did have a little Star Wars update. Also, Jedi Fallen Order. What a fucking mess, unfortunately, at launch. I talked about it a little bit on the Friday. Well, I tried to get Jeremy to talk about it a little bit. You could barely hear me because of my internet. Not Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. From everybody that I've heard, okay? From everybody that I've heard, they're having a great time with it in terms of the gameplay, in terms of, you know, what they've done to make the next evolution of that game. And with the story, people really like it for the most part. But the way that they released this game, that EA and Respawn released this on PC, is despicable. It was giving people a lot of fucking problems. It's got mostly negative reviews on Steam right now because of the state. For them to just come out and be like, we're sorry that this is released in unacceptable. Yeah, you knew it was going to be that way. It's not like you didn't fucking know this was going to happen. You have people with supercomputers, right? By the way, if you want a computer, why don't you go check out Meta PCs? We even got the Meta PC shirt I'm wearing right now. You can check out the link in the description. You can use my code RK Outpost, or I highly encourage you to use the Geeks and Gamers code GEEKS, GEEKS, for a discount over there. But anyway, they're using fucking supercomputers, and they're having a tough time getting 30 frames per second. And that is unacceptable. It just simply is. People would be far more like willing to deal with another delay instead of you releasing it like this. And to come out with the, oh, you know, this isn't right. The fans deserve better. Yes, you knew it was going to be this way. Stop pretending like you didn't know. This is a surprise to you that a lot of people are going to have problems with it. It's bullshit. And, but I'm glad that people are enjoying it. I don't think there's near as many problems on PlayStation 5 as people on PC are having. I don't know about Xbox One. I can't really speak to that, but a lot of the people that I've seen, even people in the, EA partner program, even in the EA partner program, they're saying that, they really love people that I trust. Not everybody in the EA fucking Star Wars partner program I trust. I do trust the people that I trust, though. And now, Dr. Disrespect did have something to say. We should provide the counter. We should provide the counter because Dr. Disrespect said he had no problems with it. I wanted to show you that. Dr. Disrespect. See if I can find it. Here he is. Dr. Disrespect. I played EA Star Wars Jedi Survivor on max settings all day yesterday. Yeah, certain cutscenes dropped frames, but overall performance and the experience of the game were top notch. People that complain about video games, go get a life. So that's his opinion on it. I personally look at some of this shit. Look at what people are dropping. Look at what people are dropping in the comments. Just shit that is insane, glitched out. How are you supposed to play a game like that? And if it's just one or two people, it is what it is. Now, Mudahar put out a couple videos on this as well. Even when trying to put the settings down, he could barely get 30 frames per second. So the experience is going to be different for different people, certainly. And some people are going to have a better tolerance for performance issues. But it obviously, a lot of people have a problem with it. When you see Steam reviews like that, it is a problem. So. But yeah, I got to provide the other side of the story. The doc was okay with it. We did have some other X-Wing's in the chat. X-Wing with a $50 super chat. What the fuck, man? A 50 from X-Wing. We'll do applause right there. We'll do an applause. How does a Disney show like Ryan gain such a following? And then he puts the Brie Larson simp emoji. Brie Larson's tits in the chat. Beard is glowing today, by the way. Yeah, I mean, there's something about it that looks good today. I don't know. There's something about it. So I need to shave here a little bit. But yeah. Thank you, X-Wing. And I don't know, how does a Disney show like me gain a following? I'm not sure. Jedi Seizure Survivor. Yeah. As is Wonky Eyebrow for 2. PC is bad. I'm playing Xbox X version, no issue. Yeah, console players don't seem like they're having as many problems, to be honest. just to be honest with you. Just here for the videos over on Odysseys. For a choice of beer, you might try a Shiner. It's beer from Shiner, Texas. I've had Shiner before. Yeah, they're good. They're good. To be fair, every EA game on Steam has negative reviews overwhelmingly. Not the first Fallen Order. Not the first Fallen Order. I don't think so, anyway. Not that I recall. But I wanted to talk about something else, Star Wars. What the fuck? I'm out of water. I'm out. All right. Unfortunately, we do have to talk a little bit of Disney Star Wars. I wanted to talk about this a couple days ago when it happened, but again, being on the trip, I love these trips. All right, fucking take this down for a second. I love these trips because I get to see everybody. I get to shake people's hands. I get to talk to people. I get to hug people. I get to do all this shit, and it's awesome. I hate the fact that I can't make videos. It drives me crazy. I don't think you understand. When I don't put out a video on a day, when I typically put out 3, sometimes 4 videos per day, and I don't put out a video, like, I feel like a drug addict. I feel like something's going wrong. I feel like everything is wrong in my life. So I did not like that. I did not. But now I'm back. Now I'm back. Patty Lupone has joined the MCU. There you go. Yeah, Patty Lupone. That's interesting. Where am I? All right, here we are. Star Wars Lucasfilm. This is what I want to talk about. We got Disney Star Wars news. Disney Star Wars news. There always seems to be some sort of rumor or news or controversy or drama floating around about Disney Star Wars because Lucasfilm is completely incompetent. We've seen that for the past 11 years with Kathleen Kennedy in charge of Lucasfilm. And as a reminder to everyone, she is still the president of Lucasfilm, has always been the president of Lucasfilm since Disney took over, and will continue to be, contrary to whatever bullshit rumors come out there. And once again, just before Star Wars Celebration, there was more drama when Damon Lindelof, who I think is a hack, by the way, I don't think he's a very good writer. I don't think he should be close to Star Wars, but nevertheless, he was attached to a Star Wars project that mysteriously got dropped just weeks before Celebration. Well, now he's speaking out a little bit, and he's making it clear that, you know, it's not like he walked away from this like some other people at Star Wars have. He was told to get the fuck out. Star Wars Lucasfilm ousted Daisy Ridley's 2025 movie writer. Damon Lindelof says Star Wars exit wasn't his call. I was asked to leave. And if you can imagine something as publicly embarrassing as that, he says this: I'd absolutely try again if I was offered. Let's get into this a little bit. Damon Lindelof's exit from the Star Wars universe was not a mutual decision, the writer confirmed in a new Esquire interview. The Lost and Leftovers co-creator boarded a new Star Wars movie in 2022 with Ms. Marvel director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy attached to direct. Lindelof brought on Justin Britt Gibson into the Badlands to co-write the project with him. The duo exited the film in February, just weeks before Star Wars Celebration. Quote, I was in more than talks to join the Star Wars universe. I joined the Star Wars universe and was asked to leave. Lindelof and Britt Gibson were replaced as writers by Stephen Knight, best known in recent years, the creator of Peaky Blinders. Lindelof told Variety earlier this month his script was a true labor of love. I wish them all the best of luck. Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy's incredible director. Yeah, for like documentaries and shit like that. She's an activist. And I can't wait to see what she comes up with. Will I get back in line outside the club to try to get back in again? Absolutely. If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. Or again, try, as Yoda would say. Thank God this guy didn't get a Star Wars movie. That's not what Yoda would say. Yoda would say, do or do not. There is no try, you stupid motherfucker. God, I didn't even read this article before. I didn't read this part of the article before we went live. But holy shit. How do you... This is Star Wars. This is Yoda. You're trying to take a line from Yoda and you fuck it up like that. Anyway, we did hear some interesting things about what Damon Lindelof was planning, and that's that it was still going to be focused on Rey, but not on Daisy Ridley's Rey, on an elderly Rey Skywalker. They would have done a massive time jump. Lucasfilm recently revealed a trio of films. We know about this. We know the Rey Skywalker movie, which is going to have a big cast, not just her, is set 15 years after the events of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. But according to some leaks, some rumors, the film was very different under Lindelof's pen. According to Jeff Snyder, the film was originally going to take place 60 years after the Rise of Skywalker, and Helen Mirren was being floated around for the leading role. I don't know if that would make it better or worse. I feel like if you're going to bring Rey back anyway, it just makes sense to have Daisy Ridley do it. Like, if you're going to bring her back as like an 80-year-old woman, what's the fucking point anyway? But all this shows is that it is still a nightmare at Lucasfilm. There's always these very public entrants and exits when it comes to Lucasfilm, when it comes to Star Wars. And guess what? Kathleen Kennedy is still there. Even with the rumors about Jon Favreau getting ready to depart. Obviously, what was the rumor that was out there that him and Filoni were going to take over? Well, Filoni's still there. Filoni's still doing things. Jon Favreau just doesn't seem to want to be there for much longer because you know what? Kathleen Kennedy is the boss, always has been the boss, and always will be the boss until she is ready to leave. But this whole David Lindelof thing, yeah, they kicked me out, but I'd come back if they asked me. Just one more embarrassment for Disney Star Wars. I can't believe he said that Yoda line. I can't believe that Yoda line. KK has dirt on Iger. Maybe. Maybe she brought Iger coffee on an island or something sometime. All right, where are we? And again, thank you, X-Wing, for that $50. I was actually on the plane when I was watching X-Wing's late night stream last night, so that was pretty cool to see. A big shout out to him. Bruce, member for 3 months. Need a final push for Jay's book. That and join Ryan's Locals. So thank you, Bruce. I need to put more content up there. I've been doing really bad lately on providing some of that independent, or not independent, but the stuff for members and patrons and everything. Just been so goddamn busy and traveling. But I'm gonna get back into it. So I'll get a video out soon for supporters on Locals and patrons and members and all that good stuff. Yeah, let me find Achromatic Chronicles Blue. Look at this. Boom. Jay is almost at 90,000. 90,000. He's at 88,162. So big shout out to Drunk 3PO. I know this is getting closed soon. So if you want to get in, I'd say get in now. Get in now. So Acrobatic Chronicles Blue by Drunk 3PO. Go check it out. Blue balls for Jay. That's right. Blue balls for Jay. Fantastic, Mr. Knox for Aussie 5. Of course, Dr. Disrespect would say that. The guy's a mean PC that ordinary people would dream of having. That's probably true as well. It's probably true as well. I think he's being a little tongue-in-cheek with his tweet too. So OC Giggin for 199. Saw Mario in Japanese, better voices and felt new. That's cool. I hope it does really well in Japan. We'll see. Fantastic, Mr. Knox for Aussie 5. They did kill Jon Favreau's character as the heavy Mando Paz Vizsla, so maybe it's a way to call it quits. We shall see, I suppose. Well, just so everybody knows, in season 3 of Mandalorian, Jon Favreau did none of the work he didn't do the voice for him in season 3. Like when he actually had like a role to play other than just a one line here or there. Jon Favreau, that was the character he voiced in the first 2 seasons. He just had a couple lines, real small ones. In this season where he actually had a lot of shit to do, that wasn't Jon Favreau, just so everyone knows. And if you mean by they, you mean he. Yeah, this is Mandalorian is Jon Favreau's work. I would actually make the argument. I would actually make the argument that Mandalorian season 3 is not that much worse than Mandalorian season 2. I talked about Mandalorian season 2 when it came out. I said the way people reacted to this, it feels like the reaction that people had to Force Awakens. Everybody was hyped about it. Oh my God, it's so amazing. But in reality, I felt like it was shallow. You know, as much as I love Gina and I love Cara Dune. But like for me, Mandalorian season 2, it felt like there was a lot of issues plot-wise, character-wise. There was a lot of inconsistencies with the lore. A lot of things they didn't make any fucking sense. A lot of plot holes. But the difference is between Mandalorian season 2 and 3 is that one, it was actually about the Mandalorian in season 2, or at least more focused. But the cameos, right? The cameos, instead of being Ahsoka Tano and Luke Skywalker to get people fucking coming all over themselves, it was Jack Black and Lizzo and shit like that. They're like, and Bo-Katan again made a big cameo appearance in season 2. Boba Fett in season 2. All like, look, it was just cameo central. That's what all the fucking excitement was about Mandalorian season 2. It wasn't that fucking good. People made it seem like it's going to save Disney Star Wars. Well, eventually you run out of characters to just throw in there to give people a fucking nostalgia boner. And maybe you should actually start relying on plot. Maybe you should start relying on these fucking things. And Mandalorian season 3, I don't think it was that much worse than season 2, other than the cameos you got were like random actors that you fucking despise. Not Jack Black necessarily, but someone like Lizzo, instead of actual characters that you care about. They're out of the 50 Star Wars characters that they can bring in to do some kind of cameo. They've made this universe so fucking small. How is it that Din Djarin, this fucking cocksucker, how is it that this dude just runs into everybody? Just runs into every single important person over a period of like a couple months of his life? How does this happen? He finds a Yoda species, a little baby Yoda, fucking Grogu. He fucking runs into that. He runs into Ahsoka Tano. He runs into Luke fucking Skywalker. He just runs into Boba Fett. Just runs into Bo-Katan. Like, what the fuck? Oh, man. I hate it, dude. Because of the Force. Yes, because of the Force. The Mando Milkman. Anyway, that's the Star Wars portion of my rant. Or the Star Wars portion of my stream. I hope you liked it. Kinel, you deserve 1 million subs. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. That's a long way off. My hair got messed up. I was fucking yelling so much. Tell us how you really feel. Yeah, I'll try. The Force is strong with this one, says C-Vowels. I think we're good over on Odyssey. And really, I mean, that's about all I really had to talk about on this stream, to be honest with you. Ryan's too basic to go quickly. I don't know. I know what I can and can't talk about. Because Disney gives more than 3 planets that we've seen already and is different. Can Disney do that? Yeah, I don't know. The fact that hyperspace is just like teleportation now is so retarded too. Phantasm Snox for Aussie 2 would be nice if they continue the bounty hunting. Yeah, right? I know. That could have actually been a cool story. And I think they had something with the first episode. Imagine a little bit more mature story. What I would have loved to see, okay? I hate Disney Star Wars. Don't anything to do with it. This is what I would have done that I think would have made a better movie or a better show. The first season of Mandalorian should have been all about Din Djarin, about the Mandalorian. And it should have been about him going on different missions, taking different bounties, the same way we saw the little bit in episode 1, and he gets a little piece of his armor, right? That's what we should have seen for the entire first season. It should have been him slowly doing bounties to try to get these things, to try to get enough money to like put a different piece on his suit each fucking episode, basically, to get another piece of his armor each episode. And along the way, you know, he might find out a couple things about his history, you know, because again, what happened to his parents. You can have that same, you can steal the same origin story that you stole from Jango Fett, you fucking thieves. You can have that same origin story, but have him finding out a little bit more about that, work those flashbacks into it, discover more about him. And then by the time you know him and everything that he's been through and like what his quest is, what his goal is, why he wants to do these things, then you have him in this conundrum at the very end of the series, the very end of season 1 with Baby Yoda. You know, that's how you should have done the first season instead of basically just pushing forward through all that. Oh, by the way, you finally got enough to get your whole suit of armor. You're good to go now. I think that would have been a much more compelling series. And I think maybe it would have been a little slow for people. I don't think so. I think people would have liked it, especially because you could have visited different planets, doing the bounties and everything. I think it'd have been awesome. But hey. CS for $10. I completely agree. Mando season 2 sucked just as bad as season 3. Also, season 1 sucked. There you go. All of it sucks, according to CS. We have talked about woke Peter Pan. Is Bree in the chat? You know, usually she drops by. She's kind of a lurker. All right. Bree's a lurker here. So she comes by when she wants. You love the new time slot? Yes, I do think we're going to keep this. I like this time slot. We got 1,500 people watching us. We've held it pretty consistently throughout. I think we're going to keep an hour earlier. I like it. So that'll be good. But one thing that I do want to plug is arcampos.com. I need to update the landing site because it still says like 160,000 subs. We got a little more than that now, don't we? But that is where the shop is if you want to get some RK Outpost merch. It was awesome to see so many people repping RK Outpost stuff at the meetup. That's fucking humbling to see. It doesn't make any sense to me, but thank you guys. And of course, again, like I plugged earlier, my peeps over at Meta PCs. Please go check them out. Whether you want a pre-built computer and shipped to your door within a couple days, whether you want to customize your own, they do. If you're somebody out there with a fleet PO box, if you're somebody out there with a military PO box serving overseas, they should be delivering there as well. I did confirm that with them. So just so you guys know. In terms of Canada and other places like that, not yet, but stay tuned. I'll update you guys as soon as that happens. Darian Murphy for $4.99. I heard Favreau wanted Banda to be a Western again in season 3 since Grogu was with Luke, and KK forced him to bring Grogu back. 199. You know, I'm at the point where it's tough to take some of these things seriously, Darian. Just depends where it's coming from. If you tell me who sourced that, I would probably tell you whether I think it's believable or not. But yeah, I think there's no doubt about it that people wanted to make sure Baby Yoda stayed part of the fabric of Star Wars. He's a moneymaker for them. A lot of women will pay a lot of money to see Baby Yoda walk around. All right. That is about it. Is Forbidden Frontier on today? I don't know. Forbidden Frontier usually starts at 6:30, so if they haven't started yet, I'm not sure. But you want Ryan to beat? No, I'm not going to beat them to 1 million. That's for sure. But what I will say is big shout out to every single person here. I don't know if they're going to be on tonight. I'm sure there's other stuff you can find though. Appreciate all you guys that came out to the meetup, all you guys that come here in this chat each and every fucking week, the supporters, the local supporters, patrons, channel members, everybody here that's in the chat each and every week, even the fucking haters. You guys are awesome. And I will be right back here next week. Geeks and Gamers Daily. We're going to continue to doing those Monday through Friday on the Geeks and Gamers channel. I'm sure Mario Kart's going to be back tomorrow. It's good to be home. There's one thing that's for sure. It's very good to be home. Vegas is Vegas. Not a big fan of Vegas for some reasons, but I'm very, very happy that I'm right back here in Orlando. No doubt about that. I will talk to you guys next week. Peace.